Hi guys. One of the things that I really like about yoga is that we are very precise and we have a very clear intention of what we do and why we do it. And this is something that is not true of your typical Jiu Jitsu warm-up. So today we're going to look at 3 things that we see in warm-ups that makes us warm and slightly more mobile, but it's far from maximizing the potential of the movement. So the first one we're going to look at is the kind of kick through that you make moving over the mat, like the kicking, this one moving forward. And we're going to talk about all the things that is wrong with it and all the things that we can do better to make it good. So we're going to use straight lines to make it easy. So first of all, make a box. A box is made out of straight lines. Push your hands down and lift your knees up and move your ass up and down a few times. So knees down, knees up. And then roll back into the toes, lean back into your hips, and then lean forward into the hands. So we're doing this to find our center. And then instead of jumping forward and kicking the leg through, place the left foot down and stretch your right foot straight out to the side, not back, straight out to the side. So the foot is laying flat, the leg is straight. Now place the hand on your shoulder and roll it back. Place your hand on a knee and push it back, so you're opening up sideways, and then you're just lifting the leg off the floor. That's it. Back to all fours. Heel down, not far out, so you just turn the heel, sit down on your left butt, straighten the leg straight out, not back, and your shoulder and knee is not pointing there. You're pushing the left shoulder back, hugging the right knee back, lifting the leg. So from all fours, straighten the leg out, and instead of lifting the foot up or doing something like this, lay it down first and get the technique right. Back to all fours. Kick to the left. Sit down on your butt each time in the beginning. So you're straightening the leg, sitting down, moving your shoulder and knee back. So you're actually using your hip flexors. If my leg were going back here, I would both hurt my shoulder if I did it fast, and I'm not straightening or strengthening, I'm not straightening the leg or strengthening the hip flexor. Go from side to side. Inhale middle, exhale kick. Inhale middle, exhale kick. Keep going. Flat hands, flat feet. Keep going straight out to 90 degrees. So you're pushing the chest up and the leg out. And you're not following the leg out. You're keeping your hips in center all the time. When you keep your hips centered, you can go really fast. All right, so if I would push my hips out to the side, I would both risk injuries, and it makes you slower and it makes you more predictable. Because if your hips are rotating in one place, you can fint and switch and your opponent will not know what you're doing. But if your hips are moving in a direction, he knows exactly where you're going, and he can follow you and sweep you or whatever it is he wants to do from your, he can just react to your movement. All right, so when you start mastering this one, the side kick from all fours, you can start jumping and kicking, jumping and kicking. And suddenly it's a cardio exercise. But the main 3 mistakes people do is that they over-straighten the leg, they over-reach the leg, and they follow with the hips and the shoulder and knee points like this. All right, so what you want to do is shoulder and knee back, foot, leg straight and out to the side. That's number one. The second exercise we're going to look at is the hip thrusts. So first we roll back, and then we bend the left knee and sit up on our butt. People who are new to Jiu-Jitsu, they try to get up like this, and no wonder they feel stiff. You have to be so flexible and strong to be able to do this. And I've never seen anyone who just walks into Jiu-Jitsu and does this. So that's a mistake. Left knee down, make a triangle with your chin and your heel, and you pull the heel. Look how much I'm pulling the heel. I'm pulling the heel so the mat comes towards me. That's the action I need to get my hips up off of the floor. So I'm pulling my hips towards my heel, stretching the inner thigh, and then sitting back and rolling back. So I place my foot down, I make a perfect triangle, and I pull my hips towards my heel here, sitting back, rolling back. So I use some momentum, but I'm pulling myself up and moving the hips forward, sitting back, rolling back. So the mistakes people do here is they just go up and down, and they're kind of wasting the potentiality of the exercise. So instead, roll back into a forward fold, use some grace to get up off the floor, push your hips forward and open the chest, and then close it and exhale and roll back. So you move up, and when you reach the top, inhale, exhale, back. Do a couple of rounds. I would do 10 on each side before Jiu-Jitsu sparring. Don't waste the transitions. Jiu-Jitsu is just one constant transition. So if you learn to move deliberately in the transitions, your game is gonna change. A couple of more. That was the second exercise, one that I see a lot, and it makes me cringe every time I see it because people just look awkward in it, and if you do it like this, I think you're gonna feel great. The third exercise is not very common in Jiu-Jitsu, but if you do it and you do it well, it's a super good warm-up for... The third exercise is not very common, but it's very good. Look at this one. You go into reverse tabletop and you push your chest as high as you can, and then you squeeze your butt and lift your hips even higher than your chest, and then you sit down and slide your butt back and you forward fold. And since you're doing a Jiu-Jitsu warm-up, you can yank up and down slightly. Don't grab your feet, because when you inhale you go up on your toes and lift. Sit back, exhale, fold, fold, fold. So you can do it 3 on each. Up, up, up. Fold, fold, fold. Do a few of these, and your shoulders, your back, and your hamstrings will be ready for sparring. So go up as high as you can, lift, lift, lift. Sit down, fold, fold, fold. 5,000 of these, and you will be very flexible and very strong. But you could just be sloppy and just lift a little bit and try to kind of cheat, so you're just trying to get through the warm-up to sparring, but that's gonna it's gonna take its toll, and you have to pay for it later when you are in a position where you should have been going here and someone is forcing you to go all the way when you're not prepared. That's how injuries happen. So what I like about this one is I'm using my lower back and my butt to lift, and now I get to straighten out those muscles and stretch them immediately after I use them. So here I lift, and here I stretch out those exact same muscles. Alright, so that's 3 exercises that are usually done sloppy, and if you just put your attention on the exercise and don't do it too fast, do a rather few more repetitions and do them a little bit slower, so it's going to take more time, but it's going to be so much more efficient because you're going to reach a completely different level of understanding of the exercise, and it's gonna you're gonna get so much more out of it. Good luck with these ones. Let me know if you guys want more warm-up videos. Us.